Hey, what's up guys, it's Tech Confusion, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Lenovo laptop that falls under their gaming lineup. It's the Lenovo Legion Y730. I've had quite some time to test this laptop, and this thing's pretty awesome. Let's talk about how the Y730 might just be the gaming laptop you need. Before we start, I'd like to thank Lenovo for sending out these laptops for my unbiased and honest opinion. So if you're familiar at all with the Legion Y530, the Y730 is basically a more upgraded and premium model. They're very similar laptops with a few key differences. In this video, I'll mainly be taking a look at the 730, which comes in around $1,100, depending on the configuration. But if it's out of your price range, you can get an experience pretty close to it with the 530 and save a couple of bucks at the same time. Now, let's go ahead and start things off with the build. The top lid and inside shell are made of a very high quality aluminum, while some of the bottom of the laptop and back hinge piece is made of plastic. Compared to the Y530, which is made entirely of plastic, this is a very welcomed upgrade. Personally, I really like the design aesthetic that Lenovo took here. It's super clean and doesn't scream, "Hey, all I do is play games," everywhere you go. When it's off, you'd have no idea it's even a gaming laptop unless you flip it over and see the gigantic fans that cool all of the internals. However, if you turn it on, you'll be in RGB heaven. In addition to the fully customizable RGB keyboard, the rear cooling vents light up as well as the logo on top of the laptop. It's super easy to customize using the Corsair iQ software, and you can customize down to a single key if that's what you so desire. I have to say by far the keyboard on the Y730 is the best RGB keyboard I've used on any laptop, and that's saying something. If you like to have RGB everywhere, which I certainly do, you'll absolutely love the look of this thing. The keyboard is in a very standard configuration with the trackpad centered on the laptop chassis. To the left of the keyboard there's some custom macro keys which you can bind to various actions for games or your everyday workflow. If we take a look at its younger brother, the Y530, we can see that the trackpad is off to the left due to the full-size keyboard which includes the number pad. Now speaking of the keyboard, it feels very nice and the key travel time is not too short like MacBook Pros, but you also don't feel like you're using a mechanical keyboard. In my opinion, it feels perfect, and I wish every laptop would provide the same typing experience. The model I am looking at today is the 15-inch, but of course you can't upgrade to the 17-inch, which really the only main difference other than display size of course is battery capacity. Inside the 15-inch you'll find the 57 watt-hour battery, while inside the 17-inch you've got a slightly larger 76 watt-hour battery. Now when it comes to battery life on both of these laptops, if you're going to be carrying your laptop around with you for the day, you're going to have to bring your charger. Sadly, we don't get great battery life here, and if you plan to game without your charger, you won't get very long. I was able to get 4 hours of normal use on the 15-inch, but if you're looking for a laptop that you can carry everywhere with you without a charger, you need to look elsewhere. And to be honest, I expected to see this only because it's a gaming laptop, and most of the time you'll be close to an outlet anyway. Performance on the Y730 is extremely similar to the 530. They're both rocking a 6-core i7 and packing in a GTX 1050 Ti, which is not the best we're seeing, especially now that we're starting to see RTX GPU series inside of laptops. But when I game on the 730, I just really can't complain. I'm getting more than adequate frames and very little to no stutters at all, of course depending on the game. While testing out some Rocket League, I was able to get well over 100 FPS at max settings and the device's native resolution of 1920 by 1080. In fact, most of the time I was averaging around 150 frames. In Fortnite on high settings, I was able to get just over 70 FPS. Now that's not bad, but since the Y730 does have a 144Hz display configuration available, it's a shame we couldn't get a little bit more out of it. That being said, if you opt for the 60Hz panel just to save a little bit of money, you won't be seeing over 60 frames per second anyways, so 70 FPS is perfect. Throughout all my testing, the laptop remained remarkably cool, and the laptop fans don't get extremely loud either. So you won't need to worry about heat throttling because it didn't throttle at all while playing games for 2 hours straight. From a more productivity standpoint, the 730 is a great laptop. I was able to edit and render a 20-second animation inside of After Effects, and while sure it was mostly just simple text and shape animations, nothing extreme like particle generation, it absolutely crushed it. I had zero hangups and playback was super smooth. Same thing goes for Premiere, which is very CPU heavy, and the 730 performed exactly how I thought it would. Fantastic. Speaking of productivity, if you are constantly reading and editing PDFs, Wondershare's PDF Element will save you tons of time and money compared to other PDF editors like Adobe Acrobat. Personally, I use PDF Element daily and it helps me so much with my workflow. You can easily create and edit PDFs by opening files like Microsoft Word documents, or you can start from scratch and create a blank PDF. If you sign a lot of PDFs, there's also a signature feature that allows you to quickly sign a document. No more printing out and scanning documents. You can just sign them digitally through PDF Element. Let's say you just scanned a receipt or a book from a page and you want to be able to edit it or search the text inside. Well, PDF Element has a OCR feature that will let you take a scanned image and convert it into an editable and searchable PDF. Just open a scanned image and activate the OCR function. Choose which option you want, and PDF Element will turn your scan into a PDF. The OCR function will let you determine how many pages it makes and also supports multiple languages. Stop paying premium prices for Adobe Acrobat when you can get the same features for much cheaper. PDF Element 6 is on sale for 50% off, so if you are interested, please check the links down in the description below. Huge thanks to Wondershare for making this video possible. Alright, let's get back to the laptop. Now when it comes to the internals of the Y730, it's super easy to get inside this laptop and take a peek at the parts that power this thing. What you'll see right off the bat is your NVMe storage, which is available in sizes up to 512 gigabytes, along with the 2.5-inch SATA drive that can be configured up to a 2TB 7200 RPM drive. Right next to that you'll see the RAM, which can be purchased up to 16 gigabytes. Because everything is so accessible, you can easily upgrade the RAM to 32 gigabytes down the road to bring your laptop back to life. I'm really pleased with the display. It's a 1920 by 1080 IPS matte screen that has a very good color gamut, and the contrast looks fantastic as well. As I stated earlier, you can upgrade to the 144Hz display, which may give you a competitive edge over the 60Hz. The actual screen has slim bezels, which helps keep the modern and clean design Lenovo was going for. It does have a large chin at the bottom to house the 720p webcam, which is useful for calls with family and friends. But if you're looking for a streaming webcam, you may want to pick up an external camera. The ports on this guy are plentiful. You get your typical HDMI, Ethernet, and USBs, along with a mini display port on the back. On the side, Lenovo even threw in a Thunderbolt 3 port, which is always really nice to see. The Y730 does have decent built-in speakers. They get the job done, and I'm glad to see that they sound much better than any other typical laptop speaker you may be used to. So here we've arrived at the part of the video that everyone has been waiting for, where I answer the question, is the Lenovo Legion Y730 worth it for the money? There's just so many things that Lenovo did right here. Not only does it perform extremely well, but the premium build, the best RGB on any laptop, and the great display and internals make the purchase a no-brainer for the price. However, I do have two gripes with the 730. The battery life is not the best, which I already did say that I expected to see this, and then you've also got to remember you're only getting a 1050 Ti, when for a few dollars more, other laptops are including 1060s inside of them. Now, this isn't a huge deal because we still do get great performance with games, but if you find yourself needing just a bit extra power, I'd recommend taking a look at the newly announced Lenovo Y540, which will actually include a RTX 2070 inside. Anyways guys, that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Lenovo Legion Y730. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please remember to leave a like, and don't forget to comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time guys, peace out.